Hi, my name is Arun and I'm a digital map maker. The city of Bengaluru just released the draft master plan, which is a pretty important document which plans out how the city will grow and develop over the next 15 years. Now, the format it is in is a series of individual PDF documents and maps, which is a very heavy reading for an average person. And what I thought I'll do is give you a quick overview of the component of maps in the master plan and how we can leverage various tools to actually make sense out of it and see what the master plan has in store for the area that we live in. A good place to start, of course, is a very nice introduction to how the citizens can decode the draft master plan by V. Ravichandar on the Citizen Matters website. So please do read this before you move ahead to get an idea of where the documents have been released on the BDA website, and a good reading of what this means for you and where to start. So I won't repeat most of the things here, but go straight into the maps part of it. Now, the master plan has a lot of maps in it, which you might expect of any kind of city plan. And the maps are in two parts. One is what is called the existing land use map, which essentially is a map of today's Bengaluru, which shows which areas are used for what kind of purpose, whether it's a residential area, whether it's a commercial area, or whether it's an institutional area. And it has what is called the proposed land use, which is how the city should be in the year 2031. Now, because all these maps are in the form of PDF documents, it's pretty hard for anyone to know where their house belongs, and also compare the change from today, the existing land use, to the proposed land use, and know what that means for their area. And this is largely the reason why Citizen Matters also have this amazing contest that they have launched, where any citizen can dig into the master plan and create awareness of what the plan means for their area. But for anyone to be able to do this, one really needs to use the documents that's been published in a way that's easier to analyze. And what I'm going to show you is essentially how you can do this. To give you a quick a demo of what I would be doing in this video is showing you how one can use tools available to be able to compare the changes in your area using the maps in the master plan. So what you're seeing here is essentially a pretty interesting tool which allows one to compare two maps. And what we're seeing here is the city of Bengaluru, which is overlaid on a map of the city. Let's see here. And if you can just take a sample area like the center of the city near Kavan Park, what you see on the left is the existing land use. And to give a quick view of the colors, blue are commercial areas, the yellow are residential areas, the red are institutional areas, and the green is open spaces. So this is what the existing land use of the city looks like, and this is what is being proposed in the master plan. So as you can see, this gives you a pretty good view of what's going to change in every neighborhood. And what I'm going to show you is essentially how you can also do the same for your neighborhood. And this will essentially form the basis for analyzing the master plan for your locality. So let's start, and actually before we start, everything I'm going to show you I have documented in text in this document online. You can just go to this URL, textb.org/t/rmp2031. This stands for Revised Master Plan 2031. And you'll see the same document which has all the links to the various tools I'm going to show, and also interesting reading that could help you out here. So where we start is essentially the website of the Bangalore Development Authority. So this is the homepage of the master plan itself. And all of these documents here contain the master plan in its entirety. The important parts here is the ELU, which is the existing land use maps, and the proposed land use maps. So these have the maps for every single neighborhood. If I just open one of these, you can see a bunch of links. Each of them is a PDF document with a cryptic number. So what we need to do first is the whole city of Bengaluru has been divided into various planning districts. And you can see the planning district map, which is the PD index map. That's here. So the first step really is for you to find out the planning district that you belong to. And for the purpose of this particular video, I'm going to choose my area, which is near the old airport, Murugesh Palya. So that's Ward 113, and the planning district for me is number 12. And once you know your planning district, which is number 12 in my case, I can go to the maps page and choose the map for my area. So this is what the detailed planning district existing land use map looks like for the area that I stay in. Now the problem with this map, as you see here, is a PDF map, which makes it a little hard for you to analyze the change because you don't have context like the satellite imagery. You can't see that. You can't see a base map like Google Maps over here, nor can you compare this easily with the proposed land use map, which is a different PDF. Now, so I'm going to show you how to take a map from this format here, which is a PDF, to a format like this, where you will be able to analyze both the existing and the proposed land use with a background of the satellite imagery of your area. So let's start here. Once again, all the steps are mentioned over here. And the URL that I showed you, which has the comparison map, is here. So this is the tool you can use to compare two different maps. But before you can do this, we first need to get the PDF map into a format where we can overlay it over here. Now, this process is called georeferencing. So one of the problems with a PDF document here is there's no positional information in this document, which means there's nothing like a coordinate or a latitude or longitude within this document. And what we're going to do is essentially give this particular map latitude and longitude so that we can overlay it on a regular map like your Google Maps. And this is a process that we're calling georeferencing. So the first step is essentially to be able to convert your PDF into an image. You can use various tools for this, which is mentioned here, converting into the image. And once you have an image, what you need to do is use this particular website called mapwarper. So this is a tool online tool which will help you georeference and add coordinates to your image map. So how this works is fairly simple. Let's just close all the other pages. So this is the website of mapwarper. So mapwarper essentially is a website where you can upload any sort of images or scans of maps which don't have any positional information, and this website will allow you to give it coordinates. So the usual steps: you need to log in to the website, you have a free account, and you can upload a particular image. So the upload form looks like this, and you can just choose your image file and give it a particular title. Once it's uploaded, what you will see is your uploaded map. Now, at this point, this has no locational information. And what we do essentially is do a process called rectification. So if I open the rectify tab, what we do is we add what is called control points. So essentially mark areas on the map on our input map which corresponds to the actual areas on a real map over here. And the software, the website will then take care of the process of adding latitude and longitude for this entire image and allow it to be used in any other external tools like Google Earth or the comparison tool that I showed you. So in this case, this is the existing land use map which I've already rectified. So you can see the control points here. I'm going to show you the same process from scratch for the proposed land use map for my area. I've already done the first step, which is uploading the map. So at this point, there is no location information yet for this map. Once it's uploaded, go to the Rectify tab. This is here, and mapwarper will give you both the map you uploaded as well as a full map, a full interactive map of the world on the right side. And your task is essentially to find matching points between these two maps. And this is something which could take a little bit of work. And you need to know your area well to be able to match features. So in my case, I know my area is the old airport, and the old airport is in the eastern part of Bangalore, which is here. So this is roughly the same area on both these maps. Now the next step is adding what is called control points, which is over here. So what we do is we look at features which we can match on both the maps, and in this case we can see the airport is here, and there is a road leading to the airport and going around it, which is here. So and then we have this, which is the old airport road in both. So I'm going to essentially drop a point at this junction, which I know is the same in both. So these are called control points, and once I add this matching control points on both, I'm going to click this add control point button, which essentially confirms this as a control point. To complete this process correctly, you need to add a minimum of 3 control points on the map. So I'm going to look for another control point. And in this case, this is another good junction where I see like 2 major roads meeting. I'm going to add a point here and a point here. And I click add control point. And you can see the second control point has been added.